Beltry. I'm the sales manager for the BetterDally wrap, and today I'm here to show you the new and improved design that we have for the Dally wrap. There's two elements to the old Dally wrap package that we are eliminating, making the Dally wrap better for our users and our customers. The two parts that we are no longer using in our packaging are this figure 8 piece, which we used to call the swell wrap, and the main body wrap, which is the wide, 3-inch wide part to the wrap. So this is the piece that you used to find in your 3-piece package. You will no longer find these parts, but with our new design, we think that you will like the changes that we've made. It's made it easier to put on, and our customers have told us that they're really liking the new and improved way the swell wrap is part of the package. So we're gonna show you how you're gonna put that on today. First off, I want to start with what our Dally wrap is made out of. We have two materials. We have a black material, which is smooth on both sides, not making it any less grippy than our red-gray material. This red-gray material is textured on one side and smooth on the other. Both of our materials are an 1/8 inch thick. They have a PSI of 3,300, and they are abrasive resistant. They have a temperature range of -20 to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, making this material extremely strong and durable. But it will not burn off on your ropes. That's one major thing that we guarantee with any of our Dally wraps is you will make sure that your ropes will never have burn off marks. Before I address how we're gonna put the new Dally wrap on your saddle horn, I wanna address a lot of questions that I get from my customers is which material, because we do have two great materials, is better for which end of roping. Because we have the black material and then we have the red-gray material, I get the question, well, I'm a header, which material is going to be best for me? The answer to that is, it comes down to roper preference, but from what we've heard from customers and our feedback from our customers is the red material does work really nice on the heading end of team roping. And the reason is because headers don't tend to go through a Dally wrap as quickly as heelers do. Heelers can be quite hard on Dally wraps. That's where our black material does take up that abuse that heelers can put to a Dally wrap. The black Dally wrap doesn't show the wear as much as the red Dally wrap does. Both giving great strength, both giving great grip, but from our customer feedback, the heelers prefer to use the black material and the headers prefer to use the red material. Now, if that is not something that you are finding in your instances and you don't like the black material and want to exchange it for the red material, we are always happy to do that and vice versa. Now I want to show you how our new design is going to be wrapped on your saddle horn. Instead of having that figure 8 piece and the main body wrap, you will now get in your package 3 wear strips. What's nice about these wear strips is they are universal. They have been cut so that they can be used from either end. We have 2 tails on either end. So what this does is it extends the life of your Dally wrap by double, because you can actually take this Dally wrap off and switch it to the other side using the tails that were on the inside to the outside. Again, doubling the life of your Dally wrap. So here's how we begin. Because both ends have the double tails, and I'll explain why we have double tails when we get there, you're gonna start first by holding one end and the double tails together. You always want to wrap the Dally wrap on clockwise. It is very important. I get a lot of customers ask why you wrap the Dally wrap on clockwise. The reason is when you dally counterclockwise, but when the rope gets pulled tight from the steer, it's pulling clockwise, pulling with the Dally wrap. So what you're going to be doing now is you put the wear strip on. I just held it with my thumbs, and you're just going to start wrapping the Dally wrap up the horn, again going clockwise. It's no different than wrapping a polo wrap on your horse's legs if you've ever done that before. You're gonna just go up in increments and getting the coverage on the horn that you like. It is better to get your Dally wrap splayed over on to your swells. That does help keep the rope from getting lodged down at the bottom of the horn where it tends to try to stick. So what you're gonna do is try to get that splay, but still come up the horn. You're going to be pulling it tight, but not over tightening it. This would be over tightening it. This is about where you want to be. You're gonna increase the length 30 to 40%. So from its original length, you're going to increase the length 30 to 40%. Getting again coverage from top to bottom. And when you get to the end, it is always best to when you get to the two tails, you want these tails to end up where you're going to be tucking them onto the right side of the horn. And the reason the right side is the best place for it to end is because the dollies are usually always coming into the dolly wrap on the left side of the horn. So once you get to that end, you just grab, it's always best to grab the top slit first or the top strip first. You're going to bring it around, hold 2 fingers behind it like you're going to tie a balloon, and tuck the tail in. What's nice about this material is once it's been tucked in, it is very secure. This material you actually have a very hard time pulling out, and that's what keeps it secure. The reason we have 2 tails, I wanted to address that today, is because if one was to fail, you always have another one secured. And that is how the first wrap goes on. This is the second piece to our dolly wrap. This is the piece that is replacing the figure 8 piece that we used to have in our packaging. This piece, the way that we have it wrapped now, is actually so much better than what we had before. That's why we have changed the design. We've heard from our customers that this piece really sits nicely on the swells, no longer twisting or buckling when you are dallying. So this piece is why we have changed everything and gone to this square strip instead of a figure 8 piece. And I'm going to show you how this goes on now. You're going to start by just pulling one end underneath the swells. You're going to take and separate one end of the tails, bringing them around the horn and crisscrossing them in the back. So it will look like this. You're going to pull this down nice and snug. And this you will begin to wrap the swell. And how you do this is when you pull this through, once you have secured your tails, you just bring a piece of part of the strip over top, and this will be your first wrap to the left. You're going to do one wrap to the right and 2 wraps to the left. So this will be your second wrap to the left. And the reason we do 2 on one side and 1 on the other is because when you're dallying, most of the dally that's going to come across the wrap is going to be coming across the left side of your swell. This piece really helps keep that rope from getting lodged down at the bottom of the horn, causing any problems getting it out after you've dallied or preventing it from damaging the horn at all. So again, 2 wraps to the left, 1 wrap to the right. When you get this piece pulled through, you want to pull it down pretty snugly. You will end up with 2 tails. For some horns, you will end up with more of the wrap. Other horns, like this one, the swells are somewhat wide, so you are just going to end up with the tails. What you're going to do is you're just going to drop 1 tail, but you're going to actually secure it again going clockwise. So you're going to take this piece, come around the horn, and secure the tail like that. Second tail, again clockwise, around the horn, and secure it again. Now we're on to our third piece of our dolly wrap. Again, you're going to be using this same piece that you've used in the other 2 parts of the dolly wrap. And this part, what's nice about it is it's going to give the full coverage to the horn that you're going to need when you're roping. These 2 pieces here will really just help secure the rope into the right position. This last piece is what's going to take all the wear and tear of roping and dallying. So what's nice about this piece is if you do need to exchange it out, what you can do is take this first piece off, using it on the outside as this piece, and use this piece on the underside. Again, making the life of your dolly wrap go so much further than what most people are used to using inner tube tires. I'm going to show you how this piece goes on. This piece is going to just cover up and really make this whole dolly wrap a complete package. You're going to start the exact same way that you did this very first piece. You're going to start by holding these 2 tails together, starting at the base of the horn and going clockwise. bringing the dally wrap up a little bit each time. Covering everything up nice and smooth. And when you get to the top, you're gonna be with your two tails again, and you're gonna secure those two tails just like you've done on all the other wraps. You're gonna hold the top tail, bring it around, and secure it. Again with the bottom tail, bringing it around, and securing it. And now you can see you have your swell wrap that helps protect your horn from the rope getting lodged down at the base of the horn, getting lodged into the dally wrap. You got the main piece that's helping keep the rope from damaging the horn. And then you got this top piece, that's the piece that's gonna take all the wear and tear. But you also have a nice hourglass shape, which helps keep that rope when you're dallying to the center of your horn where it's supposed to be. So I'm also going to show you how this dally wrap performs. I have an 800-pound winch, and which is plenty enough weight to demonstrate how this dally wrap really holds up to a rope when you're dallying. For anybody that's using inner tube rubber or strip rubber, you can definitely tell that after just a couple times of use, and especially if you let your rope slip at all, how that will burn onto your rope, get all over your gloves, get on your pants, and ruin a rope really fast. This material does not burn off onto ropes at all. It will discolor the rope, but it does not burn off onto it, doesn't get on your gloves, doesn't get on your clothes. What's nice about this material too is, let's say you're burning through 4 ropes a week with inner tube rubber, this will eliminate that and take you down to 1 rope a week. That's a huge savings for ropers these days. Ropes are becoming more expensive, and a lot of ropers like to see that savings in their pocket when they're heading down the road. So I'm going to show you now with this 800-pound winch how this performs with our dally wrap. As you can see, this rope is definitely down into the dally wrap. I'm just barely holding this rope. If this was inner tube rubber and you had a really fast, heavy steer, this would already be out of my hands. I wouldn't be able to hold it, and the rope would be ruined. With this rope, I can actually just easily let it go, and it comes right back out of the rubber. That is something that for most ropers that are used to using inner tube rubber, not something that occurs. This material does not hold the rope, heat up, or burn off onto a rope. Let me show you that again. As you can see, I've got this rope so tight, it's actually stretching the saddle here, and the rope has disappeared in this dally wrap material. Again, if this was inner tube rubber, you would not be able to easily let it go. And that's what's so amazing about this material with its abrasive properties, that it is not going to burn up, it's not gonna get stuck on your rope. You can see here how it will discolor it, but it is not getting into the ridges whatsoever. And that goes for both of our materials. Our red material is the same way, performs the same way. It's not gonna get stuck, your rope's not gonna get stuck in the dally wrap when you've got a heavy steer running hard. We are also offering at BetterDally Wrap a rope tie. And what's great about this rope tie is it's made out of the same great material that our dally wrap is made out of. And we are selling these now because we've been told by a lot of customers that having a rope tie is very important to them. One, that it will break free if it needs to, if a horse was to get into trouble, but is easy to put on and will not wear onto ropes, and is going to last a lot longer than inner tube rubbers, which is what most people commonly use. So what's nice about this is you just tie it on with just a regular square tie. You can flip it around and then secure your ropes or bridles or whatever you need to when you're out of roping, and not have to worry about a horse getting scared and getting itself into trouble and not being able to get this rope free. And one more great addition to our BetterDally Wrap product line is the rope keeper. And it's just the material that we use for our BetterDally Wrap and a nice little tie. And it works great, it's easy to use. They come already tied, and all you have to do is secure the knot with the tail, and you've got a nice rope keeper. So put this in your bag, and your ropes are gonna be in the same spot in the same order that they were when you put them in there. So give it a try, go pick it up at our retail stores or order it from us today. You can go to dallywrap.com and you can find information on how to order, the pricing. It's very affordable. That's one thing that most people are quite amazed about. But you're also going to get the 3 pieces that we demonstrated today and both of the packaging in the red or in the black. Here is what a recent customer has said about our Dally Wrap. Since I have purchased the BetterDally Wrap in Las Vegas, I have roped a lot of steers using the BetterDally Wrap. I have been truly impressed with the way it performs on either end of the steer. It has definitely prolonged the life of my ropes. Thank you for such a great product.